What's up, everybody? The Inquisitive Mamba here, back with another podcast. I got my boy Billy. I got my boy Dante joining the show tonight. It's 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. We got the Suns Clippers game starting here shortly. The Suns Clippers game. We got the Jazz and Kings. Yeah, I think so. So, anyways, boys, let's get right into it. We got the draft coming up tomorrow night. MLB news for today's show. A little bit of the NBA. Mostly focus on the draft. Billy, you're a Giants fan. Dante, you're a Cowboys fan. Dante, who do you want for the Cowboys to draft?
I really don't even know. Obviously, a lot of Cowboys guys want Surtain. I don't care if it's him or J.C. Horn. I don't know. As long as they don't screw it up, they can take Sewell, Slater, Horn, Surtain. Just don't take a quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Billy, what
I'm
about
happy.
you?
I really don't even know.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't want a quarterback. I would love Micah Parsons. I would love Penny Sewell if he fell to 11 somehow. I'd love Slater if he fell. I mean, the Giants really can't go wrong. They added Kenny Galladay in the offseason. They don't need that receiver right now at 11, maybe at 42. Mm-hmm. But at 11, I think we can go with the best player available. And if that's Micah Parsons, I'm running to the podium and I'm picking Micah Parsons.
Really? Yeah. You're that high on Micah Parsons?
I am. I really am.
All right.
Hey, I mean, if he drops to 15, I texted you earlier, Billy. He could be there. He could be available, but I don't really want him. I would love for the Patriots to trade up for a quarterback. Obviously, Cam Newton's the only guy on the roster. Brian Hoyer. I mean, he's just not the guy. He's not in the near future. Cam Newton, we signed him to a 1-year deal, but I would love a quarterback. I don't want defense. I would love for us to go offense. Moving on, we're staying with the NFL for a little more time here. The Broncos traded a 6th-round pick today for Teddy Bridgewater, and they still said that they are interested in that number 9 pick. What do you guys think about that? Because I was curious when I saw that earlier today. I was like, really? You're interested in that number 9 pick, but you got Drew Lock and you got Bridgewater. So you're going to put a 3 QB room battle going on there? What do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts on that one?
I mean, I don't think Drew Lock is the answer long term. Obviously, Teddy Bridgewater isn't either.
Right.
I think they're thinking they still need a franchise quarterback, which they do. So if they find someone they like on their board, that's high up on their board, that falls to them, I think they take him. I think the Panthers was 7. Yeah. They're 7th pick, right?
They're the 7th. They're the 7th pick.
Okay, so I think with trading away Teddy Bridgewater, they have Sam Darnold now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that basically solidifies them taking a quarterback because Sam Darnold.
I agree.
Isn't
Billy, what do you think about that?
The Panthers, they haven't picked up Sam Darnold's 5th-year option. We've seen a couple of teams pick up 5th-year options today. Sam Darnold's not one of them after getting traded to the Panthers. Oh, let's see. Man, with regard to the Broncos, I think Broncos fans should be absolutely overjoyed that John Elway is not in that room making decisions for future quarterbacks.
It's funny you bring that up because, Drew Lock is the quarterback right now. I guess Bridgewater is going to slide right into that spot, but they have a really good offense. Like Cortland Sutton's good, Noah Fant's good, Melvin Gordon, he's still there. Their offensive line is solid. They're a very solid team. I think they're just a quarterback away, but I don't think Justin Fields is ready. I don't know. It's a sticky situation with them because they were rumored and linked to Watson earlier in this spring and this off season. So it'll be interesting to see. But away from the draft real quick, the Bucs re-signed Antonio Brown on a 1-year, $3.1 million deal. Some people were wondering and worrying, are they going to re-sign him? What's the deal here? But the Bucs are the first team since 1979 to bring back all 22 starters. Hey, it's that Tom Brady effect. And all 22 starters come back. We're going back to the draft real quick. Do you guys think Mac Jones at 3 is a lock?
No.
No, you don't think so. Dante, what do you think?
Not anymore.
I don't think it should be, but I think it is because I was listening to Todd McShay the other day, and he said Shanahan really wants Mac Jones, and the player development department wants Lance. But
I saw that as well.
I think Shanahan's going to get his way. He is a quarterback guru, I guess. I think he'll get his way. They'll take Jones. I don't know why Fields is like completely out of the conversation. I've gone back and forth on Fields, but he's so dynamic. I don't know why he's just fallen off.
My thoughts on
Whatever.
that, I think that wouldn't be a bad pick, but I just think it's the Alabama effect. I mean, Tua was the 5th pick in last year's draft. It's just you have Jimmy G. I remember I brought this up to you a couple weeks ago before the draft. All that draft hype and all that talk, that their future plans are you get rid of Jimmy G next year, you get rid of that contract, and you take on this rookie deal here. But it's just like, why would you spend that 3rd pick on Mac Jones? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scout. I'm not a solidified or an experienced like quarterback coach or anything like that. But I know Shanahan has experience. I mean, we all know what he did in the Super Bowl with the Falcons. They choked, but that's not the here nor there. It's just interesting to me to see that he's going in that direction of Mac Jones. He's not very mobile. Like I said, he reminds me of Big Ben. Am I crazy? I think he's like Big Ben. What do you guys think?
He's like Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan. He's literally Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan. Kyle Shanahan loves the statue.
Mm-hmm.
My thing about Mac Jones is I think he's a good quarterback, but I've never seen him under pressure. Like
I agree.
I think I saw him like take 1 sack, and I watch a lot of college football. He's always had a clean pocket. He has the best playmakers in college. So I agree. I've never seen him under. I just don't know why you trade up to take Mac Jones, but I think I'm like 95% sure they're going to take him at 30.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with that. I don't know. I just, I don't want to spend too much time on them, obviously, because we got other things to cover in the show. But Kyle Pitts' dad predicts that Jerry Jones will shock everyone in the draft. That's Dante's team, the America's team, obviously. Is Jerry going to make a splash? I guess we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. The Falcons said that the number 4 pick is still available as they've been linked to Kyle Pitts. It just seems like that Atlanta Falcons connection has always been there, and maybe they'll make that big splash and they'll get themselves a tight end. Hey, I wouldn't keep the Falcons out of the South if they get a weapon like Kyle Pitts, like Julio Jones. He's still on the team. He's been linked to some trade rumors lately. Matt Ryan's getting a little older. They still got Calvin Ridley. Their running back, I couldn't recall Todd Gurley, excuse me. But yeah, honestly, I think the Falcons could make some noise in the NFC South if they pick up a weapon like Pitts. Billy, we talked about Pitts. We've been talking about Pitts for a while now. We think he could be a guy that slides right in. He's similar to Darren Waller. I think he could be a top 5 tight end right away. He's got the mechanics. He's more in my opinion, he's like a receiver than a tight end. But
I mean, you get Pitts, you got to make sure he slides right in.
Oh, I mean,
absolutely. He's that big of a talent.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Feed him the ball, and right in the red zone. Feed him the ball.
He's the best UF prospect since who? I couldn't even tell you.
And then Hargraves, maybe.
Hargraves, Emmitt Smith. I mean, heck,
top 10. Yeah.
I don't even know. But Billy, your Giants, Saquon Barkley is on track for week 1 as he's recovering from that ACL injury. You guys are still paying him on that rookie deal. I know he's going to want some money coming up here soon. But I'm sticking with the draft real quick while we stay on the NFL.
Not this offseason. Not this offseason.
No, not this offseason. But real quick here, the Packers are linked to Rashad Bateman, a guy that Dante knows a lot about, Big Ten guy, Minnesota. Dante, what are your thoughts on Rashad Bateman? Will he go the Packers? Is he going to slip to the second round?
What pick do the Packers have?
Is it 28, Billy?
Okay. I mean,
that's 28. Yeah, 28. Yes,
that's right around where Bateman's kind of projected. So I could see it. It's another weapon for
29
for Rodgers, but I mean Bateman kind of took a step down this year. Obviously with like COVID, not as many games being played. But I mean his last year he had a hell of a year. He's got great hands. He great contested catch receiver. I mean, I as long as they take a weapon, it could be Darius Toney, Rondale Moore. I don't know if he'll fall there. But Rodgers will make whoever, if they take a receiver, he'll make them good.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Honestly, the fans and people have just been saying, well, the Packers are a receiver from being that Super Bowl team. They're just one spot away. But Billy, I brought this up to you earlier today. A receiver could do them wonders, but you need to worry about offensive line as well, because in that Super Bowl, or excuse me, in that NFC Championship, they got demolished. And if you can't have an offensive line, the Chiefs learned that in the Super Bowl as well with the Bucs, then you're going to be SOL. But moving on to the NBA, Kevin Porter Jr. yesterday or recently was fined $50,000 for visiting a club in Miami for violating health and safety protocols. I think that's pretty funny, Dante. I think you said that might be the same club Sterling Brown was at or something like that. But Kevin Porter Jr.,
I don't know if it is.
He's a hothead. He's a hothead. He's a head case. He just can't seem to get it together. But
great talent,
like
though.
Him. Very, very talented player. Very, very talented player. Staying in the Western Conference, can Rondo bring a title to the Clippers? What are your guys' thoughts on that one?
I don't know if it necessarily would be Rondo bringing title to the Clippers, but he would. He helped them out. When he comes in with that second unit, he looks so. I've only seen like 5 Clippers games that he's been in, but he looks so good coming in the second unit. And I think it's just when he's on a contender, seeing him shoot the 3 ball now is it's so weird because when he was on the Celtics, that big 3, that 3 ball wasn't there. But he's been there before, and certainly he's going to help him make a run.
Oh, I absolutely agree. If the season ended today, if the NBA season ended today, who would your guys' MVP be? I'll give you mine. You guys go first.
The betting favorite by a lot is Jokic, and I think just because he's played,
right,
he hasn't been hurt. Like Embiid's been hurt, LeBron's hurt now.
You guys are going to be surprised by my pick.
I got to go with Jokic.
Jokic, Billy, go.
I'm honestly going to have to go with Jokic as well. I don't watch enough NBA to really get into it, but I would go with Jokic as well.
Yeah. I honestly, it's a good thing you guys brought that up because that's the clear-cut favorite right now. But there's one guy people have been talking about that I'm going with recently, Chris Paul. And the reason why I'm saying Chris Paul is because what he's done for that Phoenix Suns organization this past season up until he got traded there is unbelievable. I think he's averaging 18, 19 points per game. He's been unbelievable for them. He just ended the Knicks 9-game win streak. And I really like Chris Paul. People may think I'm crazy if they hear this, but I don't think it's a bad pick, honestly. He's done a lot for them. They're actually about to clinch a playoff spot tonight as they're playing the Clippers right now. So I don't think it's a bad pick to take as MVP. But moving on, last night the Mavs dominated the G League Warriors team last night. I don't know what happened. They won 133-103. Luka ended up with 39 again. The dude's just on fire.
Well, I didn't watch the game, but from betting on the Warriors this season, I tell you, dude, they go through like spurts where they just cannot put the ball in the basket.
They do.
When like Curry's not out there, and they got like Oubre and Jordan Poole and Michael Mulder. Like they go through spurts where they just can't score the ball, and that's probably what happened last night. I didn't really watch.
Steve Kerr came out today and said the last remaining 10 games, every game's a playoff game, which he's absolutely right because his team's 500 and they're 31-31 and they're 31-31. It doesn't matter, they're 500, but every game's a playoff game to them. Billy's Nets clinched a playoff spot last night. Who would have thought? Wow, big surprise.
Are you a Nets fan?
A bunch of washed veterans out there shipping them out there.
The big 3 I saw on Instagram comments yesterday. They were looking for nicknames for them. Well, I call them the LeBron's kids, but that's okay. Anthony Simons last night went 9 of 9 from 3. I think he's the first player since Klay Thompson to do that. Klay Thompson's been out this whole year, but that doesn't matter. Russell Westbrook came out last night and said, "There's no player like myself." Well, dude, your team's 27-35, so there's a lot of players like you. That's okay. There's some NBA stars considering the Knicks this offseason. Billy's team across the river over there. Billy's Knicks and he's Nets. He's both. We don't know. He flips back and forth, but that's okay. The Knicks are the 4th seed in the West or in the East. Excuse me. They're right there with the Hawks, and it's crazy because you thought to yourself the Knicks were 500 a couple weeks ago, and they were just figuring it out. But no, they're a playoff team. But yeah. So what do you guys think about the Knicks? Upcoming plans, what they're going to do in the off season? Are they going to attract a free agent? It's New York City. Cue the Empire State of Mind music. Go, Dante.
So I was originally not in on the Knicks. I probably like 2 months ago. I thought them winning would just set them back even further.
Yeah.
They should. I mean, with Tibbs, they're not going to tank, but
Right.
I thought they should tank, like just keep rebuilding. But I guess this kind of resurgence, if they can attract a free agent,
Absolutely.
then I am completely wrong. Tibbs is building he's building something.
Yeah.
And I like it. I mean, I'm a Pistons fan, so I have nothing to root for. But I like when the Knicks are good. I've been watching them too. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, no, they're an interesting team. I'm still waiting for my guy to come back, Mr. 23, Mr. King James. He said he's coming back here soon, but that's okay. I'm moving on to the MLB, Billy's favorite. This is Billy's part of the show here. George Springer tonight debuted versus the Nationals. He went 0-4. I don't know. I mean, hey, it's just his first game back, first game actually to start the season. I don't know what the Blue Jays are doing. I guess they wanted a household name. That's okay. Yep. Billy's guy, DeGrom, has been lighting it up this year. On fastballs, he's 37.6%. He's first. On breaking, he's 52.9 first, and with off speed as well. So, I don't know. DeGrom, maybe another Cy Young in this season. But going back to the Blue Jays real quick, Vladimir Guerrero had 3 home runs last night. He's the first player since 1901 to do that. Kind of pretty impressive, along with 7 RBIs. His dad was over the moon last night for him. Pretty cool because
his play discipline's getting a lot better.
Yeah,
that's why.
Absolutely. Lost a lot of weight as well in the offseason, boys. Lost a lot of weight.
The first base is paying off a lot for them, for sure. Completely
agree. They got a young star in the making, and he's looking like he's their future. Byron Buxton has been on an absolute tear lately, batting .438. He has 8 home runs along with 14 RBIs. This was for, stats from before today's game. He's been on an absolute tear. Dante, you were saying as long as he can stay healthy, I don't see why he's not a top 10 player.
For a year.
Absolutely.
I've been saying it since last year.
Yeah,
he's a stud. Stay
he's
healthy,
a player.
How about your guy, Akil Padu? We're running out of time here. We got about 3 to 4 minutes left. But Akil Padu, man, he's been lighting it up, dude. I didn't even know who the guy was.
He's about the only good thing for the Tigers. I mean, he's kind of slowed down a little bit, but he's still he had like a leadoff. They were playing the Royals a couple days ago. He had like a leadoff triple. Couldn't get him in. Tigers suck.
I mean, I don't know. I just think it's crazy that he's
a diamond in the rough. Love it.
Absolutely.
Rule 5 guy. Oh yeah.
Yep.
How about the Yankees tonight picking up the win with Herman pitching 7 innings pitched with 6 Ks and a walk. The Yankees threw a 4-hitter with Michael King, who I don't really care for, but that's okay. Herman found his way back to the MLB after he had some issues, and we're not going to talk about that. But how about Clayton Kershaw today? His 58th time in his career with 7 scoreless innings pitched. Are the Dodgers the World Series favorites? I think they are. What do you guys think? Are they just going to take it all this year and just let everybody pass by them?
I fully expect the Dodgers to go back to the World Series. I mean, who's stopping them? No one's stopping the Dodgers from going back to the World Series. Mookie Betts is on a tear. Clayton Kershaw's returning to form. They should be fine.
Not only that,
they're
guys,
the betting favorite. So
not only that, guys, they're playing without Cody Bellinger, and they're doing just fine. And it's just crazy to think that the Dodgers, it's just the Dodgers versus everybody else. It's the Dodgers against the world. It's just, I don't know. I think it's crazy that they're this good again and they don't have Bellinger, but it's just another guy, I guess, just slides into the rotation, or a farm guy gets called up. But Billy, you're not a huge Dave Roberts guy, but it's funny because he got his team to the World Series last year. They're doing just fine now.
I could have managed that team to the World Series last year.
Justin Turner hit a bomb, I think, last night. Yeah, Billy, you say that until it comes down to like until the 8th or 9th inning, and you're sitting there sweating, eating your peanuts.
You got Kenley Jansen trying to blow a save.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. No, but they just seem like the favorite. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy. But I want to say thank you guys for coming on. The draft is tomorrow night. Make sure to obviously tune into that. Dante and I will actually be back tomorrow. We have another podcast to catch at 4:30. It's kind of funny. One of our buddies has a podcast he just started up, and he's going to have us on there for that. But the Inquisitive Mamba is out. Billy and Dante, thank you guys for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Always. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This goes on YouTube. My main source is Anchor. I want to say thank you to Anchor for allowing me to put my podcast on there, as long with Spotify and Google Podcasts as well. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Yep.